Yes, from losing the opener to France to being 2-0 down to Sweden with 15 minutes to go, to then leaving it late as well against Italy and then finally beating Spain on penalties in the final. It was quite a ride in Switzerland. It's an absolute joy to say that joining us now, part of that successful Lionesses squad. It's a very good morning to Alex Greenwood. Alex, how are you?
Hi, Alex.
Good morning. Hiya, both. Yeah, really good. Thank you.
Did you have a good summer?
Yeah, a really good summer.
Congratulations. We should say that really first and foremost. And when you hear back those moments, what does that feel like to you? Does it feel real, what you've achieved?
I was just smiling the whole way through watching the video. It feels a lot more real now. I think almost 2 weeks on. I've had time to process it a little bit more. I've watched the final back from a different perspective, and I mean, it was still hard to watch at times because I was still a little bit nervous watching it, but no, it was.
Even though you know the outcome.
Even though I knew the outcome, which is crazy. It's so nice to watch it from a different perspective, though.
Yeah.
You get to see it in light.
Alex, there's teams that have qualities, and that can be from the leadership you have within the group. Players will play with injuries. Players will overperform at certain times. You can come back from behind and get a victory. You had substitutions that worked. It felt to me that there were so many good things in what England did. It wasn't, as we heard in the clip, a coincidence that England actually got over the line because of all of them qualities within one group.
Yeah, and they all combine, they all come to fruition at some point. I think, of course, there's got to be an element of luck somewhere in the tournament. But I mean, I heard Lauren saying in the video, you know, luck doesn't happen that often, and it's scenarios that we'd worked on before in training. And like you said, everyone has their moments in a tournament, and thankfully to our benefit.
I mean, when you consider as well, Alex, coming into this tournament, there was a lot of talk about some of the players that weren't going to be involved and a lot of experience that was missing from the fact that there was no Fran Kirby, no Mary Earps, no Millie Bright either. And I know obviously you have over 100 caps, so you brought some leadership as well, those qualities that were needed. But did it also just go to show that how important unity actually really is within a squad rather than experience at times?
Yeah, we absolutely acknowledge the fact that we lost incredible experienced players within our team. I think we accepted that and had to come together really quickly to kind of move on and focus on the tournament. So, like you said, we still had more than enough experience of tournament football within our group, and I always think, you know, the younger players actually, without that experience, bring something as well, which is just as important.
Yeah, I mean the penalty shootouts were amazing, wasn't they? They were just amazing, you know.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, I was involved in one in myself in 1990. We played Romania with Republic of Ireland. We got through in the euphoria. You know, the penalty shootout it's just... Everyone says you can't replicate it, but it's the most honest fact of all that you cannot. That moment where you're about to take a penalty and how you feel, even from one game to another, you had, was it 2 penalty shootouts? So just tell us about them moments.
Yeah, you're spot on. I think even when you know yourself, when you practice in training and you try and do everything the same, walk from the halfway line, put the penalty down, practice your technique, without that pressure, the fans, you don't know how the game's going to be at that moment in time or what's happened just before. You can't prepare for that. But like you said, from Sweden to Spain, the penalty shootout for me as well, personally, was completely different. I missed the pen in the Sweden game and scored in the Spain game, thankfully. So, yeah, I mean, emotionally, completely different as well.
And when you are watching your teammates take those spot kicks, like Chloe Kelly's unusual hop, skip and a jump that she does, are you able to watch them? How do you actually cope when you're watching your own teammates do it?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Chloe do that so many times, like so many times in training, after training. Of course, in training it's easy, you're not as nervous, but I enjoy watching them. But in the final, it was a different feeling. I was looking up at the sky, looking up at the bench.
Anywhere but the goal.
anywhere but, yeah. But, I mean, Hannah pulled off some incredible saves, and thankfully our practice came to light in that final.
So, Alex, where are you now? As in, are you started training again? Are you preparing for the season? Because obviously there's a massive up and then you come down and enjoy the period that you've had off and rightly so deserved it. Where are you now and your season going forward?
No, yeah, I'm not back at training just yet. Still got another few days off, which has been nice. The club have given us a little bit longer than originally planned. So just away at the moment, having a little bit of a break, which has been really nice. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm actually really looking forward to the season. But a mental break's so important at this stage.
It's quite nice to sort of walk back, though, isn't it, into the training ground and be like, no, I've just got another trophy. Don't worry about it. Another medal. I just quickly wanted to get your take on Sarina Wiegman, Alex, if that's all right, because what she has achieved for England, but also just within the women's game as well, when you consider she won the Euros with the Netherlands prior to joining England. In terms of making an impact on the game, you know, we can talk about Emma Hayes and what she's done for women's football and Chelsea and now with the US team. But, you know, an international manager doesn't get that long to work with players. So Sarina Wiegman has got to be one of the most impactful managers even in the women's game right now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Sarina's just got something really special, and I think we knew that from the moment she walked through the door. She doesn't, you know, give false sense of security. She's very Dutch in a sense. She's very direct. But the biggest thing for me is she cares about the person before the player. She's really high on them things, and you know, she's massive on if you're feeling confident within yourself, then you bring the best to the team. But you know, she has the ability to feel a game and change the game in certain moments, and with substitutions, with tactical changes. But for me, the biggest thing for Sarina is the way she is with the team off the pitch. You know, everyone wants to win for her, and she's been incredible for us since she.
And of course, now, Alex, it's about turning those Euros into a World Cup win, in a couple of years' time.
Yeah, that's the one we're missing, I suppose.
just a small one, but you never know. You can get it done. Well, look, so lovely of you to take time out of your break to speak to us. Congratulations once more. Best of luck for the WSL season as well with Manchester City.
Thank you. Thanks for having me as well.
Great.
Well deserved.
Yeah, fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And tomorrow morning, by the way, Sam Matterface, Alex Crook, Troy Deeney will be joined in the studio by one of Alex's teammates, the Lioness goalkeeping hero that is Hannah Hampton.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.